The Contact 5 investigators broke the story last night. Dangerous deliveries to many local daycares could be putting children at risk.
So who is accountable? Contact 5 investigator Sam Smake here in studio to tell us what the state is, or rather is not, doing to stop it. Sam?
The pictures behind me are some of the most disturbing pictures we uncovered. Milk piled in crates for hours with no refrigeration. We also discovered that no state agency is checking the temperature and safety of dairy products after they hit the road.
This stuff's got to come in cold. If it doesn't come in cold, the kids could get sick.
Milk and other dairy products, by regulation, must be delivered cold. We found Diana Food Group is sometimes delivering them warm.
It's sad to think that they could be getting sick from the meal that we're serving them.
That's State Representative Matt Wilhite moments after we showed him our dangerous deliveries investigation.
How often are you sending food back?
It was almost like an everyday thing.
And now when we say we want our students to get a hot meal, we don't mean our dairy products as part of that.
An investigation that found dairy deliveries
62.1. I can't take it.
Coming in with temperatures well above what the Food and Drug Administration says is safe.
Because it's hot. It's supposed to be 41 or below.
And here's another daycare owner calling out a driver for dangerous deliveries.
Put all my cottage cheese in coolers, anything, yogurt, cottage cheese, milk, put it in coolers and put more ice.
These pictures she took show milk piled in crates with no refrigeration.
Maybe there needs to be some more regulations in the contracts with these companies.
And who regulates them? The health department says they're responsible for approving caterers, but they don't inspect them. They only inspect the daycare. DBPR, the Department of Business and Professional Regulations, are the ones who inspect catering facilities. DBPR told me they don't license or regulate delivery vehicles. They only, quote, require that caterers maintain foods at proper temperatures during transport under sanitary conditions. But they say they won't or don't tell companies what type of equipment they need to use to make sure that happens. When you hear that no one from the state has to check the food in transit, what do you think about that?
Well, again, I think it's disturbing because I said we have an obligation to our children. And those parents and those teachers are now bringing us to light, and as well as your story. And so obviously I'm compelled by to make sure that everyone is getting what they're paying for and our students are safe and they're getting that meal and that milk and dairy products they need.
We made a big fuss about it.
Right now, daycare owners feel there's no help and they have to take matters into their own hands.
We tried to stay on them and tell them you have to bring the milk in the cooler.
You shouldn't have to ask them to keep this food cold.
If you know there's a problem, you just have to fix it.
Again, the Department of Business and Professional Regulation told us they do not regulate the vans or tell caterers what kind of refrigeration equipment, if any, they need. For 2 months, we tried to talk with the department and they refused. When I said children might be at risk, I got this response over the phone, quote, "It's not our process to sit down and look at that video with you. You can file a complaint with the state. We consider this story our official filed complaint. We will keep pushing for answers. Next stop, the governor's office."